Hello everyone and welcome back to my studio. I'm Lisa Mitrakin and today I will show you my way of creating these amazing blurry backgrounds. So first of all, thank you everyone so much for the amazing feedback that I got on this page. This is from my last tutorial where I showed you how to make the shiny glass ornaments look like they're actually made out of glass. So if you didn't actually see this tutorial yet, check it out here. There should be a card popping up. Today, I'm going to show you something different though. A lot of you have been asking me how to make these really cool blurry backgrounds. This is called bokeh effect. And it happens when the camera is a little bit out of focus. So you see this a lot in photography. If you see an object that's clearly in focus, but the background is all sexy and blurry, that's bokeh. And we see a lot of that in Christmas photography. So just like this image right here, which isn't a photo, but is based on photography. So today I'm going to show you a slightly different and unconventional way of doing that. What you will need for this lesson, you will need some toned paper, white charcoal, and at least 3 colors. I'm working with Black Widow pencils. They're my favorites. The colors that I've picked are Foxy Brown, Yellow Sand, and Starburst. Now, it's important to understand that you don't need to have these exact tools to achieve this effect. It doesn't even have to be Black Widow. Lots of sets have brown and yellow and chartreuse. What I like to do is take a piece of scrap paper and test it. So I want kind of a middle chocolatey brown. Every set has something like that. I want a bright sunshine yellow. Again, very common color. Doesn't have to be an expensive pencil set. Can be anything at all. Not that Black Widows are actually expensive. They're very affordable, but whatever. It doesn't have to be a fancy set. And you want an even lighter kind of a canary yellow or a chartreuse. So with these 3 colors and some white charcoal, we can make our background effect. Now for the unusual tools that I'm using today, I'm also going to be using coins. These are some coins that I found. I live in Chile, so we have these very different coins. This one's actually American. This is a dime. So they don't have to be specific coins. Just find some coins of various sizes, at least 2 or 3 or more. I found these guys. So with these coins and this white charcoal, we shall begin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my largest coin and I'm going to place it somewhere and I will trace around it. And I will trace around it some more. And I'm going to randomly place these circles all around my page. Now, when creating the bokeh background effects, it's important to know what it is that you're actually drawing. Like, bokeh doesn't necessarily mean that it's lights that are glittering in the background. It's anything that's blurry. In our case, because this is a Christmas page that I'm working on, the background is twinkle lights. Maybe it's another tree back there, maybe the wall is decorated, maybe the fireplace is decorated. But it's actually twinkle lights that are so out of focus that all we see are these blobs of light. And then I'm going to start coloring them in with my white charcoal. I like to start at the center. I don't want to color them from side to side using straight strokes because that may look a little weird and not come across as a perfect sphere. So I start at the center and I kind of make my way out with these circles, like doodling, like actually doodling. And circles are difficult. They're difficult for a lot of people. They're difficult for artists and beginner artists and expert artists and colorists. Circles are just tough. Not everyone can freehand perfect circles. And certainly on something like this, it might be difficult to keep track of which circles are bigger and which ones are smaller. So using coins saves you the trouble of having to measure them or having to make sure that you're freehanding actual perfect circles. So I'm going to use my coins and I'm going to make a whole bunch of these really large blobs. Maybe I shouldn't have drawn so many of these. Okay, now I'm going to take my second size coin and I'm going to make more of these circles. And I'm also going to make a little guy with this tiny coin. Maybe here and maybe here. I'm going to do the same thing here. Just go ahead and add happy little circles. And if you're comfortable freehanding these, by all means do. You don't have to use the coins. I just thought that it would save some of you a lot of time and a lot of frustration. So you can add little ones here as well. You can have tiny twinkle lights somewhere in there. More happy little lights everywhere. Okay, I am now going to take a Q-tip, my favorite tool for working with white charcoal, and I'm going to work again from the center out to smudge my circles. Remember, an important part of this effect is that it has to be blurry. So we don't want clean outlines on this. Make sure that the edges of your circle are properly fuzzy. So these aren't really spheres, they're like little poof balls of light. Pretty cool already, right? But let's add some golden glow to it because I want these to be golden twinkle lights. So I will start with my middle yellow. This is my sunshine bright yellow. Again, from any set at all. Doesn't have to be Black Widow, doesn't have to be Prismacolor, doesn't have to be a brand name at all. Just pick a yellow pencil and work with it. And I'm going to shade in all the areas around my white circles pretty evenly. Make sure to overlap the edges a little bit so you don't get that band of the paper showing through. We want the edges to be a gradient from white to yellow, or from yellow to white, depending on which way you look at it. Okay, now we have a solid yellow background and these fluffy, poofy, happy little white circles with very blurry edges. Now let's add a little bit of brown. I'm going to add it very lightly to the center parts between my white blobs. You want to be very careful with this part. You don't want the shading to be too obvious, but you want to just enhance the yellow with this brown. So very little pressure. Hold your pencil further back if you're having trouble applying the correct amount of pressure. If you tend to grind your pencils into the page, holding your pencil back helps with that. Because the further back you hold your pencil, the more difficult it is for you to apply a crazy amount of pressure. Very, very gently, just keep shading in a little bit of brown. And that's just to give your background a little bit more body. Because yellow on tan paper, it's a little bit hard to see. So we want it to look more dynamic, but we also want it to be more readable. So the darker we make the areas between the white circles, the more the white circles will stand out. So because this is a golden glow effect, we're working only with golden kind of tones. Okay, you get the idea. Just keep adding these all over the place and then switch to your lightest canary yellow or lemon yellow or chartreuse, whatever you happen to have. I'm working with Sunburst. With this Sunburst, I'm going to go over my background yet again, now going over everything, the yellow and the brown. That will mix them together nicely and we'll make each of them a little bit stronger. But the other thing that I'm doing with this third pencil is that I'm actually going over some of my white lights entirely. And that gives us variation. Some of these are now purely white and some are light yellow. And that gives us the illusion of that three-dimensional shimmer. So some of them will just get the edges colored in. Some of them will get colored in entirely. It's a tricky thing to accomplish. Visually, people don't really understand what they're looking at when they're looking at bokeh. In photography, it certainly takes a little bit of skill and a little bit of tuning of your instruments to make sure that you can take a beautiful photo with a beautiful bokeh background. And in art, in two-dimensional art, also just starting from scratch, not knowing exactly what you're looking at, it's very hard to narrow it down and figure out how to create this effect. But you guys have me. I allow you to skip all these steps of having to figure things out and just follow along with me. So I would very much like to see what you come up with. Grab your coins, grab your colored pencils, get your white charcoal and your Q-tips, and make some bokeh effects and share them in the community. I love to see what you guys come up with. This is exactly how I accomplished the background on this page. This page, by the way, is a free gift in the community, so if you don't already have it, go grab it. The beautiful part of this effect is that you can add it to anything. This page comes in several versions. One of them is grayscale and already has the background sketched on, so all you have to do is follow the suggestion, the shadowing, and add your colors. But it also comes in just basic line version with the background being a clean page. So for those of you who have that version of the page, now you have all the tools you need to add this background. But you also have all the tools that you need to add this background to any Christmas page at all. And it doesn't even have to be a Christmas page. It can be any other kind of a page. But I know that a lot of you like to add fun things to the backgrounds. This is a very fun thing to add. So there you have it, bokeh background, all of my secrets revealed. Well, all of my secrets on the bokeh background revealed. There are many more secrets to reveal. So on that note, remember to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any more of these shows. Please give this one a thumbs up if you liked it and share it with your friends because that helps out my channel a great deal. Thank you everyone so much for all the amazing birthday wishes that are already coming in. My birthday is coming up on December 19th and I'm already getting a flood of birthday wishes. Thank you kindly. You guys are awesome. I know we were supposed to do this live on my birthday, but that live stream is no longer happening. Instead, you have this tutorial. Watch it again, try this, and share it in the community. Merry Christmas and happy coloring. Bye.